Got big dreams, I'ma do big things. Yeah, you see me on the big screen looking so clean. I don't move slow, I move fast right past.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Sam Plays here. I hope y'all are having a good morning. It is early as shit here, but I decided to just wake up, get to work, you know what I'm saying? We have a lot of stuff to go over today, so grab your coffee, grab some popcorn, whatever you gotta do. We're gonna break it down. The First Descendant just released a hotfix, so the event, the daily login rewards are gone, but they've been replaced with this new event, which is called Freyna's Encrypted Vault Shop. The weapon proficiency XP is also gone, so it looks like we're back to void fragment farming for weapon XP, but regardless. So let me go ahead and break this down. So what this is essentially it's going to replace your daily login rewards, and this is going to run from September 26th to October 30th, and then you will have till November 6th to spend your points. But essentially you will want to log in with your Steam account, Nexon account, whatever, and you get points for doing daily missions right here. See, so I completed all of mine, but basically you get points for just playing the game. You want to knock these out, and then right now I have 15 points, so I can then go take those points. You also get weekly missions too. Now I can go take those points to exchange. I'm trying to find a place to get out of the way, but you can exchange them for rewards here. See, so obviously for this one you would want to go for the crystallization catalyst, right? These are pretty trash, but you want to prioritize this one. Now granted, these are going to be weekly, so you will have to save up enough points before you can actually get anything, but if you are logging in every day and doing your daily ones, if they stay at 1 point per mission, that's 5 points a day, and then the weeklies give you 10. So basically, as long as you keep playing the game, logging in every single day, you're just naturally going to get these points. So for this row, I would go for this, but you can also select weapon materials. So if you go here, see this, I can select whatever weapon material I want. Now granted, this is only going to give you a fragment. It is not going to give you the full weapon. So what I plan to do is save all my points, see how many points I have, and then I'll spend them before the event's about to go away, and I'll just get what I want to get. If you do have all the weapons maxed out, obviously you are not going to be wanting these, but if you are just trying to get that one piece, then you know, you can just spend your points on this if you want to. Now one thing to note is, you know, there's not going to be like insane guns in here like Enduring Legacy or anything, but it does have the Gregs in here, which is really good. Granted, this is able to be farmed in normal pretty easily, so I don't know if this is something I'd recommend spending my points on. Me personally, I'm probably, if I was going to spend the points on something, it would be Fallen Hope, because this thing is a huge pain in the ass to farm in normal. I am still trying to max mine out, and I feel like it just never drops, so I might exchange for that later on. We'll see, because if I go up here, you can only claim 3 catalysts, right? It has a cap, so everybody should get this for sure, because that's like the most important material. But once you have leftover points, you can also get some weapon blueprints if you want. You also can get boosts. So this was interesting. So you can get 5-hour boosts. So if you are going to farm your weapons up, you can actually come here with the event and you get a 5-hour. It's only for 5 hours, but it only costs 5 points. And it looks like you can do this 30 times. So that is pretty significant. I would not exchange my points for gold and Kuiper. We get 5 million gold per day per the invasions, and Kuiper, if you are at in-game, you are not really going to need it. I would say these are kind of bait, but if you want to, I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your currency. This is just what I'm going to do. If anything, I would use it on the boost, the catalyst, and then if you need a weapon, use it on that. And if you don't, just use it on the boost to level up stuff. You also can get code analyzers and code breakers. However, this is not something I would recommend, just because you can get these pretty easily, but maybe I'm seeing it from the perspective of I have so much playtime, I have so many of these, so maybe if you don't have any, maybe it's worth it. I'm personally not gonna get these. I have a shit ton. I feel like they drop often enough, especially if you have the increased consumable component on your equipment. So, but it looks like you can only claim 2 of the ultras, so I don't know, maybe it's not that bad. For 8 points, 2 of the ultras, I'd prefer to use mine on boost though. I feel like these are the most valuable right here, and then the catalyst, and then a weapon. Those would be my priorities in that order. Since we already are getting Descendant XP boost, we got so many of them in the last event, and then just with like the daily logins, I've been saving all mine, so I'm not even gonna get this. I'm gonna go for this because the weapon is the real gatekeep, right? Like it takes forever to level those weapons if you're not farming the reactors or the void fragment things, whatever. So I'll probably buy like 30 of these. That's my plan, and then I'll save the Descendant XP boost for once like Ultimate Freyna comes out, and then I'll just pop all the ones that I was saving. But overall, this is a really cool system. All right, the next thing I wanted to discuss, let me move my camera back. All right, the next thing I wanted to discuss is we do have some new cosmetics in the shop. So the ultimates did rotate. As I said in the last video, they were rotating them, so we'll do a quick showcase. This is gonna be the new Lepic one. It looks okay. I mean, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Gundam Wing or something like that with the wings on his back. Personally, I'm not gonna buy it, but you know, maybe for the Lepic mains out there, if they like it, you know, this is something you could do. The Viesa one is kind of okay. So I know we already have like the really like, you know, Booba Asa skin, so it is kind of nice to see them mix it up a little bit and kind of give her like full body armor. I know a lot of people were wanting that, so I think this is a good option if you just like this style. I think it looks okay. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it, but generally I'm not gonna buy any of these ultimate skins just because I think they're really not for me. Like they didn't really appeal to me that much, but I know that other people will probably like them. But I do think that this is one of the better looking ones for sure. I do like her outfit, and I'm sure you could do some cool paints on this. Then we got Ajax. I'm gonna be honest, I can barely tell a difference from his like base form. I mean, it does look way better for sure, but for $20, I don't feel like that much has changed. I don't really play Ajax that much though, so maybe I'm tripping, but yeah, I mean, this one's kind of like whatever for me. And we got the bunny one. This one's okay. I mean, it's kind of hard to beat the base skin for Ultimate Bunny just because like it's just like so good, right? I mean, it's definitely cute, right? Like it does look good, but yeah, I don't know. I think this is one of the better looking ones, but again, I think it's gonna be a pass for me. Glay also got a new skin. I think this one's pretty cool. We got the like, you know, under boob going on here with the shirt just going on top. I think that's pretty hot, to be honest. I'd have to say that this is one of my favorite looking ones. You know, the tail's kind of whatever. I mean, I don't know, I think it looks all right. It's funny that it's called the Thirster because you know that people are gonna thirst over this skin. But yeah, I mean, you know, I would probably put like a different color here, and then I think the jacket is good as is. The red jacket looks dope. I don't know, with the tail it kind of just reminds me of like Catwoman, right? But I think this is an overall good looking skin. And then for the premium skin, we also have these three. Freyna got a new one, some old Alien vs Predator type shit going on, so this is going to be hers. So I'm assuming these are our Halloween skins. I don't know if they're gonna add more, but I'm assuming that this is what we get. So then we have this one, Glazed Vampire, which this one I've seen a lot of people talking about on Reddit since this one was in the beta. I do think it looks good. However, my only complaint is I really wish they would stop adding these straps. I really don't like the strap. Like in the Twisted Warship set, they also have the straps. I wish we had a way to like toggle them off, but regardless, I think it's a pretty good looking skin. And then we have some My Hero Academia shit going on here. Like we got Froggy right here. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, but to each their own. If somebody likes it, you know, I'm not judging. For me personally though, this isn't one I would personally get. My overall thoughts on this skin rotation is I kind of wish we would have got a little bit more Halloween skins. Now they did say in a dev note that they are adding like hairstyle Halloween skins to change her hair color. We saw a couple of pictures of those. However, when it comes to skins, I am a absolute degenerate. You know, I like the really promiscuous skins, the skins that have a lot of like booba and asa, you know, like I am the target audience. I am a complete degen, so like those skins I'm more likely to buy. I mean, hey, it is what it is, okay? What can I say? I'm down bad. But that being said, I do think some like full armor suits and then other skins for the girl characters. I mean, we already have the slutty skins, right? So I think it's good to have both. There's no problem with that. Something else to, holy, I am white. The sun. Ah. Just gonna close out of that real quick. So the infiltration operations are now public, so you can queue for those. I already did mine today, but you can queue them for public now. So if you are struggling to do those, make sure you just queue up in a public lobby. I'm sure a lot of other people will need help. Now, one thing I noticed is if you queue in a public lobby where you have to match the tiles to the robot, if you explode that robot and your team is not within the circle, you end up wiping your team. Now, if you break the door, it does auto res them, so it's not like that big of a deal, but I can definitely see that being an issue. I'm sure that they'll probably change that later, but I can see people definitely trolling or getting mad. So do those missions at your own risk, but the other ones are totally fine. It does scale up the dungeon though, so be aware of that the boss is going to have more HP and shit, so keep that in mind. I had to turn the exposure off on my webcam, bro. It was like way too bright, but also I did want to go over this. Yeah. Okay, let me stop being a coomer, but basically this is what they released. They released Ultimate Freyna, like wallpaper, I guess, and then also I wanted to go over here. So it says on October 10th, the even more powerful Ultimate Freyna will make her appearance. Ultimate Freyna's arcade chemical control suit, Nightmare Dominator, is a piece of gear especially designed for Freyna. As her arcade grows more powerful, up until now Freyna has to stall the growth of her arcade in order to survive, but the Nightmare Dominator enables her to adjust to more powerful arcade. With this control suit equipped, Ultimate Freyna's trauma has now become a nightmare, not only for herself but also for her enemies. So they did release what modules she is going to get. So we have Toxic Mixture and Venom Injection. So for Toxic Mixture, Freyna's passive skill Contagion Links is changed to Toxic Mixture. When equipped, this skill module will trigger Necrosis instead of Room Zero Trauma. As enemies gain more stacks of Necrosis, your firearm attack increases when you shoot at them. And if an enemy reaches max stack, your firearm critical hit rate also increases. So it looks like this is going to be a Transcendent mod that boosts your gun damage like we see with all of the other Descendants. I think that's good. They haven't revealed how much it's going to increase it, so we'll have to wait and see. But I do think it's good. Venom Injection, defense mechanism is changed to Venom Injection. Consumes resources to recover your shield and increase skill power modifier while inflicting corrosion on enemies. So this is going to be for a spellcaster build. So this is going to be like, you know, if you're like using your 4, like your ultimate. So it looks like they're releasing one for guns and then one for spells, essentially is what it is. It's going to make them more vulnerable to toxic attacks. This one I did want to talk about. So they did release what Hailey mods we are going to get, and the first one is going to be Super Cooled Kuiper Round. Using the unique weapon reduces firearm attack and fire rate, but increases weak point damage in return. Also, successful weak point attacks recover your shield instead of your MP. That's trash. Like, I'll wait till the end to talk about it. The increase in weak point damage decreases on firing the unique weapon, but increases again on successful weak point attacks. I don't know really what to say about this. It sounds pretty terrible, but I can't really say, like, if this is like a 5% firearm attack decrease and like a 30% weak point damage increase, it's like, okay, that might be worth it, right? But if it's like a even trade, then I think it's good. But the successful weak point attack recovers your shield instead of your MP is like not good, because if you are using your 3 and you have like, you know, 8 to 11 shots in your ultimate, you're gonna run out of your 3 ability. It's gonna eat your mana if you aren't restoring that MP. Now granted, you can build around that, but still this Transcendent mod doesn't seem that great. But again, I could be overreacting. We have to wait and see how much of a reduction it decreases our firearm attack. So we'll see what the trade-off is here. It looks like this one's for farming. So Cryogenic Cluster Shot, the cryo effect is changed to Cryogenic. Using a firearm to attack an enemy inflicted with Cryogenic deals additional AoE damage to nearby enemies. So yeah, it's like an AoE Transcendent mob if you're wanting to farm. So I think that's good. Granted, Hailey is already like the strongest Descendant in the game, so I kind of understand they don't want to like drop Transcendent modules that are even going to make her like more broken. However, we'll have to wait and see like the actual stat breakdown on this. I'd be interested to see that, but from first looks, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. In addition, we're adding new modules to improve your builds. Following the addition of modules to improve shield utilization, we'll be adding modules that boost skill power or firearm attack instead of critical hit on October 10th to encourage the use of weapons and descendants that have low critical hit rates. So this is good. More skill power and firearm attack mods are always appreciated. We need like way more mods added to the game to give us some more variety, because right now you can really only build like a certain way. Like out of all the mods we have, there's only like probably 20 that are used across all characters. It seems like, okay, if it's a spellcaster, you throw on like the same 6 mods, right? If it's a gun build, you throw on shot focus and then you spec into survivability, right? And then you either do cooldown or MP recovery. That's essentially the mods we use in almost every build. So I would like to see some variety, but this is a step in the right direction. I can appreciate this. Then we have Deathstalker. We already know he's coming out. The main thing to take here is that they will be nerfing Gluttony once Deathstalker comes out. So if you have not yet able to clear Gluttony, once he gets nerfed, you might be able to go back and try. He should be a lot easier. And then here's the new weapon. It's going to be Frostwatcher. This is going to be like a Hailey and Viessa weapon, I assume. It like is a gun with cold damage. To wield true power, sometimes you need to be cold and deliberate rather than fast and hot. Frostwatcher is the perfect weapon for such descendants. The scout rifle has been designed with a chill RK. If a descendant can handle it all, Frostwatcher can provide them with the most cold-hearted skill in battle. Especially a cryogenic RK user like Hailey will benefit from the metabolic boost. So yeah, it's basically saying, hey guys, here's Hailey's weapon. I would assume that Viessa can use it, but we'll have to wait and see. And then right here, this is what the high hard mode plus difficulty is going to look like in dungeons. It's going to be 400% instead of that 250%. So they are making those harder. On October 10th, we're also introducing new 400% infiltration operations with more monsters and loot to enjoy. You can choose the 400% option and infiltration operations with the invasion event and continue to participate after you have stopped the invasion. 400% operations feature a greater number of monsters and enhanced monsters than other dungeons, allowing you to fight endless battles. The final battle, which pits you against 2 named monsters at the same time, is a unique feature of this content, so I assume you'll be fighting 2 bosses at the same time. With more monsters appearing, you'll be able to plunder a deluge of loot. This includes an exclusive currency obtainable only in 400% operations, which can be used to obtain special items that can be traded to the vendor. So every Friday to Sunday, a mysterious merchant, ETA 0, visits Albion. This is going to be huge, by the way, guys. Hold your fucking cocks, okay? Listen. ETA 0 offers a different list of goods each week consisting of descendant blueprints, weapon blueprints, materials, inventory expansions. We finally have a way to get inventory space if we don't want to buy it. Yes. Sorry, I need to relax a little, you know. And we get some paints. But anyways, you're going to need vouchers to trade to him. These vouchers can be obtained by playing the 400% operations like we discussed. I know they'll never do it, but it would go so hard if ETA 0 eventually lets you trade in like surplus stuff for a little bit of caliber. I know it's probably not going to happen, maybe one day, but I thought that would be really cool, but it is what it is. In addition to rotating shop, ETA 0 also offers the feature to exchange surplus weapon blueprints for ETA vouchers. However, due to the limited amount of goods that it brings in, the amount of blueprints that can be exchanged each week is limited, so you can't just infinitely like get rid of your stuff. So they are going to put a cap on that. However, they follow it up with, we're also planning new content that will consume your surplus blueprints even after the vendor is added, but for now it's kind of just like you can slowly get rid of your stuff. But they're saying they're going to add something later to get rid of the like all your other stuff. These are going to be the Halloween, I don't know, hair skins, I guess. I really hope we get more than this for Halloween. I know we did just get those skins, but I was kind of hoping for more. If we don't, it is what it is. But yeah, it looks like we get some hair colors, essentially, is what it is, which is cool. I think honestly you should be able to just like change your hair color. I think it's crazy you can't. I would also like to see them let you paint base descendants. I don't know why we can't do that, but yeah, I think this is cool. We'll have to see how much they charge for this though, because if it's like like 275 caliber just to change my hair color, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. If it's like 50 or I don't know, bro, we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully it's not too expensive. But I am wondering if this is like just head skins that we have to buy for like 275 caliber each, or if it's like we buy the hair color and then we can use that hair color on each skin. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. If it is just each head skin for each skin, then I probably won't bother. I think the customization in this game needs a lot of work for sure. They need to tone back a little bit on the monetization for the customization, like one-time paints, not being able to change your hair color, not being able to paint your base descendant. The skin prices are like kind of high, right? And don't get me wrong, I love this game, but I'm also going to call it out for what it's bad at, and the monetization as far as like skins and customization is like not that good, right? That being said, I do spend a lot of my money on the game like buying cosmetics, but you know, if I buy one of these, I want to be able to put this hair color on whatever I want. I don't want it to just be a separate head skin that I have to buy like over and over and over for all the characters, you know what I mean? So we'll see how they do it. I mean, hopefully I can just buy this hair color and then I can use it on that descendant for whatever I want, right? But we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, it says we've also got some special cosmetics and skin paint that are perfect for Halloween night, so please look forward to them. We hope you all enjoy a spooky and joyful Halloween and have an unforgettable time. Yeah, we love you too, devs. Just let us paint base descendant skins and make it more than one-time paints, and let me change my freaking hair color, please. And then they go in to say the additional season 1 updates. They reduce the time of the defense special operations and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's basically what we got going. It's looking to be a really good patch. Oh yeah, guys, and I forgot to show it. They did also say that they're making the reactors. They're giving you an option on the October 10th patch. You'll be able to kind of like set your reactor. Yeah, it was like right here. We also want to address the issue of reactor farming to reduce the inconvenience of having to farm a new ultimate reactor. An ultimate reactor can have up to 3 weapon optimization conditions, and you can freely implant weapon optimization conditions based on your weapon settings. So yeah, they're going to make reactor farming much easier. You can basically select the conditions of what you want to make it easier to farm. So we'll have to wait and see what that looks like. With this, you'll no longer have to farm a new reactor each time you switch your weapons, as you only need to implant a new weapon optimization condition into the reactor you're currently using. So big W there for sure. And one last thing, they also did slow down the little laser beam traps in the dungeons. It's not really that big of a deal, but yeah, that is something you're gonna have to get used to if you are like rocking the dungeons. It kind of threw me off when I went in there, but overall this patch was this hotfix was a banger. It looks like October 10th's a banger. We'll have to wait and see, but overall I'm happy. I just want to be able to customize my characters like more. Like I just want to change like my bunny's hair color. I want to be able to paint this, you know, but hopefully we get there in time. The devs have done a bunch of good changes. They added like catalysts and energy activators to the battle pass. They're constantly updating shit, you know, they're adding a lot of quality of life stuff. I think we'll get there eventually, but we'll have to wait and see. I do hope we get maybe like a couple more Halloween skins. Like I was kind of hoping for like Witch Valby, you know, or Succubus like Glay, or like Nurse Viessa or something, you know, some just really like cool Halloween skins that we only get once a year. But I guess we kind of did get them, I guess. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. Regardless, guys, that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit of a longer one, but I appreciate all the support. I appreciate you guys. And just remember, y'all are awesome. And while sometimes I can be a degenerate, I hope y'all continue to watch my content in the future. And I'm going to be here for the long haul. So I appreciate you guys. Peace out. Y'all have a good one. Later.